My dumbass was muted. Perfect. Right. Just fix my hair real quick. Hey, there they are. Sans and Papyrus. As well as Toriel. But she eat me right now. Alright. Now, to any of you new viewers, you may have seen the first and the second parts of my grand Undertale adventure once more, but this is gonna be slightly different. Still gonna be playing the game and talking about the things that I love, maybe a few things about Under Beyond, who knows. But I'm no longer gonna be dunking on the guy, not because I don't want to, but because I think I've made my point. There might be shade here and there, but I'm not gonna go on like 10-minute tangents about explaining certain things and aspects of the game that clearly, you know, tells that it has game mechanics within the confines of the universe that this game exists in. But I'm just gonna be playing the game and experiencing everything that I love. Pretty sure there's a way to get a key. Hold on, grab my Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper acquired. Oh yeah, this is the guy. So fun fact about this dude. Involving Under Beyond. I've been around a long time, maybe too long. Studying history sure is easy when you live through so much of it yourself. Wow. You don't know what that is. What are they teaching you kids in school nowadays? Wow. That's the Delta Ruin. The emblem of our kingdom. The kingdom of monsters. Great name, huh? It's, as I always say, Old King Fluffy Buns can't name for beans. That album actually predates written history. The original meaning has been lost to time. All we know is that the triangle symbolizes us monsters below, and the winged circle above symbolizes something else. Most people say it's the angels from the prophecy. Oh yeah, the prophecy. Legend has it an angel who has seen the surface will descend from above and bring us freedom. Lately, the people have been taking a bleaker outlook, calling that winged circle the angel of death, and harbinger of destruction wait to free us from this mortal realm. In my opinion, when I see that little circle, I just thinking it looks neat. King Fluffy Buttons, he's a friendly, happy-go-lucky kind of guy. If you keep walking around long enough, you'll probably meet him. He loves to walk around and talk to people, eh? What I call Dreamer Fluffy Buns? Oh, that's a great story. I don't remember it. But if you come back much later, sure I'll remember by then. Undyne? Yeah, she's a local hero around here. Through grit and determination alone, she's fought her way to the top of the Royal Guard. Actually, she just came through here asking about someone who looked just like you. I'd watch her back, kid. And buy some items. It might just save your hide. Okay, so if I remember correctly, there's some lore about that guy and how he used to be a general. I think we need to talk to Undying first. Oh, river person. The river man, river woman. Good lord. Although I will absolutely make shade on the man who says there's no game mechanics in the universe of Undertale. With this character alone, this character, Temmie, doesn't matter which one, literally all of them do the same thing. Oh, there he goes, there he goes, the face, the sprite itself, it's violently shaking. But Temmie has a kind of quirkiness to her? Do Temmies have genders, actually? Anyway, how do you interpret this? What I'm looking at right now. Their face is coming off their face. It's just violently shaking out of frame. Off of their sprite. There's no interpretation of this. I mean, there is an interpretation of this, but any other interpretation is literally just wrong. The only way you can interpret this is if the game is like having a bug, and like Temmie just is so chaotic of their whimsical nature that they just kind of bug out the game a little bit and things just kind of happen. Same with the doggos. The doggo, like the little doggo, they can just kind of do things, and literally their face is off of their skull right now. There is no way you can sit here. By the way, this guy that I keep throwing shade on told me that he probably knows the lore better than I do, but then admitted that he's never played the game, when I played the game literally hundreds of times. But you can't play this game, sit here, look at this, and then go, yeah, that has like fantasy like interpretations right there. Must be like some sort of magic. No, there's no way. There's no way. Literally zero way you can interpret this as anything else other than it being a game. And since the world exists within a game, things that have game aspects just happen. There's no other way you can interpret this. This is a game. The universe itself is built around a game. And the game and the story itself is a meta commentary about games. You can't say that there's not game mechanics within the universe of Undertale when this character exists. Hoi, I'm Temmie. Oh! Yeah, I can see that. Hello there, dear viewer. La 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 la. Oh, right. God, this music is so good. I'm pretty sure I can just... Oh, that one has a problem. It understands life now. Hmm. Damn. Nah, I skipped a step. I knew it was the mushroom room. Let me get to Timmy. Damn. Okay. Can't get hit by another one of those. Mm. Ooh, it's dark. Let's to eat. Yeah. Mm. Ah, yeah, I knew it. And this is my friend Timmy. Bob. Oh, one of my favorite moments. Okay. Oh, so that's his nose and mouth. Also, I don't remember Mushroom Man. Oh no, it's gonna pop. No, not the Temmie. Waves. Ah, I should have went with the. Should have. Would you like a stick? $100, 150 gold for a stick? God damn. This is gonna take a minute. I don't even know why I'm doing this, to be honest. I'm just gonna put the dog residue in the box. Do that later. I mean, I know why I'm doing it, to pay for college and then do the other thing. But I don't actually need the armor. So what other reason? Oh god. Excuse me. What other reason would I actually need it for? Besides, that gives me an infinite money making thing. I was thinking of live streaming some Minecraft. Damn, okay. I'm just running into everything, alright. Undying literally spoke to that flower just so for dramatic effect. There's no other reason. Although it would be kind of spooky if a human she was chasing, like right to where we are exactly. But like before death, said like behind you, or it's her saying behind you to the human. Like imagine if the human said behind you, just as a warning to anyone else, or Undying, like the flower overheard Undying saying behind you while like the human was inspecting the flower, just looking at it, you know? That would be kind of interesting, like lore. That's something I do play around in Under Beyond. These flowers are actually called Mayflowers instead of Echo Flowers. And the reason that is they basically are echo flowers. There's no reason why they shouldn't be called echo flowers. But the reason I call them Mayflowers is because it's just a slight change of design. They're not blue, they're more like pink, and they actually illuminate like bioluminescent algae. Uh, and the reason they are called Mayflowers is because echo flowers they will constantly echo like the things that they heard. But Mayflowers, they're the same yet different because echo flowers are more like I don't know, an audio recording. And when they detect someone, I suppose they would echo that audio that they heard back. Doesn't matter what it is, it will just do it. Mayflowers, I like wordplay, and the reason they're called Mayflowers is because they may or may not contain voices. They have like a litany of things that they may do. Like they're not conscious, but they have like an audio library of the things that they heard, and they may choose to say certain things. So it's like one of those old audio poops that you'll see for like Team Fortress 2, where they'll take voice lines and like they'll chop it up so it will force it to say something. So they can essentially say new things using the things that they've already heard. They may do that. They may not. They may. And that's why they're called Mayflowers, because they may help you. I guess you could say that they are technically conscious, but they don't have like a will, I suppose. They don't have like a soul like you and I. Think of it more like a machine, I suppose. See, Echo Flower echoes the last thing it's heard. Mayflowers, they may echo the last thing that they heard, or they may not. So they're the same, yet I just kind of did a little bit more with them because I thought it would be interesting. Because I find it like this. You hear a passing conversation. If I say my wish, you promise you won't laugh at me? Like these echo flowers, if you check them all, they tell you a little like short story of a passing conversation between two individuals. Yes, yes. That is sweet. I like it. But who's to say that this passing conversation couldn't be broken up? Like, if that extra bit of detail was included, I get why it wasn't for the sake of, you know, emotional storytelling and all that. I get it. But, like, imagine you get this one, You read this. You go to this one. You read it. Then this one. This one is just an entirely different conversation because someone got too close and it was like a little joke. Like imagine if Sans, if Sans had like a joke like already lined up for you specifically to hear, but he did it by like an accident. Like imagine he's just chilling here and he just says like a knock knock joke by himself. That would be interesting. Sure, it would break up the passing conversation lore, but it makes it just seem more real because these are echo flowers. We already just seen the echo flower repeat the very last thing that it heard when, Monster Kid was being taken away by Undying. And we're going through a very specific path. I'm not saying that because obviously these monsters can get around without the path. This is their home. Of course they'll know like back alleys, other ways. And maybe even secret entrance, like a secret pathway, a tunnel, whatever. That's fine. But it's just kind of weird that the main path is also explored by other monsters, and I mean, I guess there's not a lot of monsters in Waterfall, so it's not even. Technically, there is, because when you do genocide, you have to kill like. Man, Monster Kid, I didn't even mean to click that. Monster Kid the goat. See, this is why Monster Kid in Under Beyond, excuse me, basically gets earthbending powers, and it will make a lot more sense with further context of the story. But he's a straight up dinosaur. Like, let's not. And the thing is, with Under Beyond, I actually made aliens a thing. Because with Under Beyond, I wanted to take the opportunity to, like, reimagine Undertale. I didn't want to change anything about Undertale, but I wanted to like include more things, but include them in a manner speaking that made sense. Because it has a rather loose definition of what a monster is. Like, there are so many different monsters. You have, like, animal monsters, then you have, like, yokai monsters. Like, there's literally a monster that is a fucking mop bucket. How do you explain that? And then you have, like, other monsters that don't exactly fall under the term of an animal. Like, you got Asgore and Toriel that are just straight up goats, like anthropomorphic goats. That's an animal. Now, I'm not saying they're animals, but like the animal category of classification. And then you have like something like Undying. You could say she's an animal. Like, she's a fish person, obviously. But what type of fish? Was that actually like ever like dropped? Obviously not in the lore itself, but like has there been any theories of what Undying actually is? I mean, we know it's a monster, but like what is Undying? And then you have Monster Kid, which is a straight up dinosaur. I mean, again, we can see it. So what I did with Monster Kind is I didn't make all of them monsters. Some of them are aliens. And there are a quite few they're not boss monsters, but there's monsters that you can come around and you can, fight with. But there's quite a few monsters that categorize themselves kind of like with dino classes. And then you have like the aquatic class. With then again, there's not a really lot of dinosaur-esque looking characters, but I kind of made the dinosaur-esque class category more so ground types because that's way more vague, but it kind of over encompasses a lot of the other characters that you can come across in this game. So what I did is I made a two alien species that arrived on Earth billions of years ago, before even humans became a thing, and they were the Aquarius and the Repti. Funnily enough, those names aren't actually their names. They're the names that the humans gave them when they finally actually legitimately discovered them. And what I mean by legitimately, because there was a lot of speculation, sort of. There wasn't, hold on. Because the Aquarius and the Repti, they were, the prehistoric creatures that lived on our planet. The dinosaurs, T-Rexes and all that. But the thing I did with them, when the Repti have a special property that allows them to adapt to conditions. And not just any condition, well, any condition really, but it's not like adaptation. That's different. I mean, it is adaptation, but this is more like a faster evolution. Because, evolution, you can get evolutionary traits that will benefit you in your specific environment and all that jazz. But given the Repti, their evolutionary trait is the ability to adapt rather quickly, but not just like instantly. Given they basically were not brain dead dinosaurs, because they're an alien race, I couldn't make them brain dead, but I didn't make them all geniuses. You just had a spacefaring feature, a space exploring species that looked exactly like dinosaurs, and and why did I do that? I thought it would be kind of funny to have dinosaurs just talk. And not even like in the Monster Kid case, because this is more like an anthropomorphic dinosaur. These are straight up dinosaurs. They technically landed first. I say technically because they did land first. No, they didn't. What am I talking about? The Aquarius landed first. About like a few thousand years, I think. I don't know why I'm saying I think. I know, but it doesn't really matter the specifics. I mean, it does, but it doesn't really. I mean, it's a few thousand years. I mean, like that's a big fucking gap. It's like saying several billion years before. So much shit happened. The Aquarius are more what you would imagine aliens to be. So, Undying is actually the last descendant of the Aquarius species. And it actually explains, well, in my story at least, because UnderTale, it's not like it doesn't explain, but it explains in a way that it can be left a lot to be interpreted. Like, Sans having blood. I mean, what's up with that? You could go the comedic route, which is way more canon in my opinion, where he just had ketchup in his jacket. But then it was like, why is he bleeding out his mouth? I mean, like, he probably just ate some ketchup. Did we not think about that? I mean, they're magical creatures. Him coughing up ketchup that he just drank before the fight seems way more believable than him having any forms of determination. Even though technically he could have. He could have. Don't get me wrong. He could have done some shit. We all seen the comics and everything. I mean, Gino is exactly that. Juicing up on determination and then eating something literally right before like the game crash or something. I don't remember exactly. It's been a minute. But I just imagine if I'm gonna think canonical as possible, the theory with Sans bleeding is just straight up ketchup, and because monsters eating food is kind of a thing on its own where they convert it into magical energy the second it's been consumed. Like, I can still think you could puke it back up. I mean, like monsters get sick. What happens? You just ate something and like you didn't convert it properly because you're sick. Like an instability. I don't know, and you just have to spit it back up. Bam, ketchup coming out the mouth. He literally did just get a gaping chest wound. I mean, that makes sense. I'm not like kind of reaching. I'm just saying he puked up ketchup. It didn't even have to be like a lot. I mean, if you want, he could have like been straight up puking that shit, and then it would have been like a pool of blood, and everyone would assume it was like a pool of blood. And it was like, damn, that's a lot of determination right there. But because the monsters, she does also melt. But I do explain the reason why she does that is because the square species are actually made up of more water than we are. Because we're made of 75% water. But on a literal level, like not even just chemically wise, we're like all our cells houses water and needs water to survive. So that's why there's so much water in us. It's not like we're literally water. But for them, H2O is their forms. Now, that could just make the water creatures. But what they do is that they take water into their bodies, and on a very like atomic level, they're water. But they just happen to form into something else. It's kind of like a mixture of magic, but it's more like spacey, wacy stuff. They have a biomass consisting of chemical compounds that can essentially form matter out of water. There you go. If you want the spacey wacy chemical whammy stuff, there you go. But they have a more physical form than monsters do, since their forms are consist out of magic. The aquarius species, since they're made of water and a physical matter, they have more physical matter to withstand determination. And the thing that I believe, or I guess you can theorize, Undying was absolutely using determination in that fight. She had to be. Because she absolutely locked the fuck in. After she tanks a 9999999 hit. she she didn't even tank it. It literally was killing her. She was going to die, and then she locked the fuck in. She had to be using determination, but you don't have to juice determination. I believe that any monster can actually do that. They just have to be determined. They have souls too. They don't have to juice on determination to do that. Hell, it even tells them the reason the humans fear the monsters so much is because of their ability to take human souls and then use them. It's basically like a chaos emerald. I'd imagine close before death, monsters have like a certain magic to like contain it without breaking. So that's why with their ability to take human souls and then use them as like chaos emeralds, they also have like the subsequent ability to contain monster souls, not even using machinery, but as long as they got their hand out and using magic to kind of keep a barrier, like a magical barrier. It doesn't even have to be a barrier. It's just their magic is the thing that's keeping it together for the time being. So they can then put it in a special containing device. We don't have to like do all this other crazy stuff. They are basically chaos emeralds. They're literally basically chaos emeralds. But they don't need a human soul in order to be determined, be brave, have perseverance. They don't need that. Every soul has every form of other soul traits. You just have a primary soul trait. That's why they come out differently. Someone that has a lot of bravery would have the primary trait of bravery. Someone that is hella determined would have the primary soul trait determination. But that doesn't mean that they don't have the other stuff. The culmination of humanity, or not even just humanity, of just humans as a whole, or as individuals, every single soul coming together is all of it. You can't just have like splices of them. You have to have all the rest. Even someone that's scared, as long as they turn around and fight, they have bravery. It might not be the best form of bravery, but if they are able to do that, you can even say that's determination right there, because they're so determined to not run away. But despite being absolutely terrified, they can muster up the bravery through the determination to be the man that they want to be, or the woman, doesn't really matter. But you can't just have just only one. And it ain't like Undyne had a human soul on her. We're the one with determination. So it can only tell that either she juiced on determination that they shouldn't have. I mean, Undyne was meddling around with determination, but it's not like it was. It was in the true lab. That shit was a secret. Alphys was willing to take that to her grave, and then she finally admitted it. So anything before wouldn't really make sense. So Undying. Then again, you could just say Alphys gave her a determination vial, but like, wow. I mean, it makes sense. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't like. It'll make sense. Like, the reason I don't want to be meddling around with, like, experimentations and all that is because I actually meddle around with it a lot. And the thing is, Alphys stops experimenting. So I would imagine she would destroy any sort of thing she had. Oh, yeah. I mean, it only makes sense that... Sorry, I gotta focus. Oop. Oh shit. Woo. Ah, fuck me. Run! Gotta dip, 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 dip. Ooh, hold on. Whoa! Okay. I'm gonna run. Oh shit! That always fucks me. Shit. Oh, I hated those. Ooh. Damn, okay, okay, chill, chill, chill. Oh no, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Hold on, wait a minute. Whoa, okay. Ah, I'm gonna keep running. EBGBs. Cup. Excuse me.